problem. I got a problem at number 8 with Kawhi Leonard because, damn it, isn't showing up to work a requirement? No.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about Kawhi Leonard and Stephen A. Smith. Kawhi Leonard is a superstar in the NBA. He has a perfect record in the NBA Finals. He has won 2 out of 2 and was named Finals MVP in both occasions. There's no way to question what postseason Kawhi Leonard can bring to his teams, but the recent version of him has struggled a bit. Okay, since he signed with the Clippers, he hasn't been able to maintain a certain level of consistency due to injuries, and you can imagine how tough it is for the Clippers fans. It must be really frustrating to have one of the absolute best players of the last decade and have him injured constantly throughout the season. We all know Kawhi does deliver when he's healthy, but now the issue is the injuries. Remember, during the Raptors NBA title run in 2019, Kawhi played in all 24 of Toronto's games, and since then, he has played only 26 total playoff games for the Clippers. And here is where Stephen A. comes in. Stephen A. Smith does not want to understand. He thinks Kawhi Leonard is faking it. He thinks he's not committed. He thinks he does not love the game. He thinks he's not a professional. He talked about Kawhi's availability again when he was analyzing a list that came up of the best players in the league currently. Just listen to what he said, then we'll get back and talk more.
The Ringer comes out with top 25 NBA players. I saw the list. Put the list up, Jay. Nikola Jokic is number 1, no problem. Steph Curry, number 2, no problem. Giannis Antetokounmpo, number 3, no problem. Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, no problem. I got a problem at number 8 with Kawhi Leonard because, damn it, isn't showing up to work a requirement? Number 9, Jimmy Butler. Damn. I love my brother, Jimmy Butler. But number 9, ahead of Devin Booker? Ooh, I can't do that. Ahead of Anthony Davis? No, who needs to be available for more games himself, but no, I can't do that. Ahead of LeBron James. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real. LeBron James has to be in your top 5. Can we stop? LeBron's got to be in your top 5. So 10, 11, and 12 to me belongs ahead of Jimmy Butler. I put Damian Lillard ahead of Jimmy Butler. Because if Damian Lillard went to Miami, which is his wish, we all know he would be their number 1 option, not Jimmy Butler. Let's stop it. Ja Morant, 18. There's not 18 players in the NBA better than Ja Morant. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
So you just heard Stephen A. Smith go through that list, and he talked about Kawhi Leonard's availability. This is actually the 3rd time Stephen A. Smith is attacking Kawhi Leonard. The first time he argued that Kawhi Leonard should be on the list of one of the worst superstars the NBA has ever seen. That was too much, that was harsh, because Kawhi Leonard works hard. When healthy, he plays like the best player in the NBA. You can't compare him to somebody like Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson looks lazy because his weight is what gives him the injuries. Kawhi, on the other hand, is usually very fit. He's just injury prone, and I don't know, there's nothing we can do about it. It's just unfortunate because his talent, his ability is unquestionable. The other thing is, so Paul George has a podcast and he talked about this. He talked about Stephen A's attack on Kawhi Leonard. He did defend Kawhi Leonard as expected. So that we're on the same page, let me play both videos. Stephen A. Smith ranting about Kawhi Leonard, then the response by Paul George.
I didn't pick the Suns to win this series, and this was, if you recall, a primary reason why that was. Not only was Paul George out, I asked the question, are we sure that Kawhi is going to be available? If you recall, Big Perk, that's exactly what I said to you. And if you remember in 2019, Kawhi Leonard played all 24 postseason games for the Toronto Raptors. Since that time, Kawhi Leonard has played 26 total playoff games for the Clippers. I want to say something and put Big Perk on the screen because I want to see him when I say this. I don't know how many people are going to say this, Big Perk, but I'm going to say it. Kawhi Leonard should be on the list of one of the worst superstars this game has ever seen. That's right, I said it. Because anybody that watches basketball knows I'm obviously not talking about his skills. We know the brother is big time. We know that as a talent, he's a superstar. One who shows up when he plays, I'm talking about in terms of his performance, performs in the postseason arguably better than he performs in the regular season. He is that dude. But when you talk about a superstar that is unreliable, I want somebody to point me out somebody more flagrant than him. You know, you're load managing him all through the season. All through the season. He takes every perk imaginable. Yes, we ain't got to even debate all of this. I'm not getting into all of the stuff that he did to get to Los Angeles and what he forced the Clippers to capitulate to in order to acquire him. I'm talking about unreliability. Now, I know Wilbon, my man Wilbon, and I talked about this. We know that the injuries are legitimate. They're not fake. We got that. I would never do that to him or any other player, but especially him. We understand the hard work that he puts in trying to get himself ready or whatever. But when you think about his personality, selling the game, promoting the game, promoting the Clippers franchise, being available. I don't know about you, Big Perk. I'm genuinely sad for Ty Lue. Every time I look at Ty Lue and I see Ty Lue's face and I see him looking sad or just looking melancholy or whatever the appropriate word is, the first thought that comes to my mind is, what the hell is wrong with Kawhi Leonard now? Because there's no way he's looking like that if he knows he can rely on Kawhi Leonard, if Kawhi Leonard is available. And to see him in Los Angeles coaching this Clippers franchise, Lawrence Frank, you see that the organization has become first class. Steve Ballmer is one of my favorite people, favorite owners. It's a damn shame that this man is who they have to rely on because you just can't rely on him. And we know it's because of injuries, but you just can't rely on him. But the other stuff that it takes to magnetize folks to your franchise that you could do personality-wise, et cetera, helping to market the franchise. He does none of that. Mm-hmm. He just shows up to work. He does his job. He goes back to business. When he shows up to work, which, as Molly highlighted at the start of this discussion, isn't often. One of the worst superstars to have that I have ever seen in sports. It truly is to me.
I heard Stephen A. talk about he could have, Kawhi could have gave you 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Bro, it's not about that. If I got to go on the floor and I can't be myself, then, what the fuck am I on the floor for? I'm liable to get even more hurt because I'm not myself, so I'm overcompensating, trying to do shit that I know I can't do. It was a dumb take.
Have Stephen A. Smith played any professional sports?
Hell no.
Exactly. So he shouldn't even be speaking on what y'all got to go through every day to put y'all jersey on y'all back. Y'all jump up and down, run up and back and forth. You don't think somebody eventually going to get hurt and their body not going to break down?
Right.
Yeah, we give all the ones credit who fight through them and everything, but you can't fight.
For me, I think what Stephen A. Smith should have said is Kawhi Leonard will go down as one of the most unlucky superstars in NBA history. I'd love to see your comments on this, so please drop a comment. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Thank you.